Welcome to the channel, everyone. Model Car Guy Rich here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day as always. Today I've got an unboxing of a 1965 Coronet 500. It's an AMT. It's a snap kit, 125 scale. Part number AMT 1176M/12. Alright, here's a side shot of it. And this kit, here's another shot of it. This kit was released in December of 21. Wow, I didn't realize it had been out that long. Alright, so here we are. I don't have a parts count on this one. Doesn't appear to be too many parts. I would say probably under 60 parts, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. It's a really cool body design. I had a friend that had one back in the day, and it was always a cool car. So let's go ahead and get right into this one. There we go. A lot of great memories riding around in this thing. Alright. Wow. Chock full of parts in here. There's more parts in here than I realized. So here is the chrome, or at least one of the chromes. I think I see another piece of chrome, maybe not. It says it's molded in 5 different colors and painting is not required, but it's up to you. Oh, here it is. There's 2 pieces of chrome separated by a piece of paper, just like Mobius kits. Pretty cool. This is bent up a little bit, but I think it's done for packaging. Get your option of 2 different wheels. These are like the stock hubcap wheels that came with this particular vehicle. And then these are some ET mags, it looks like. Here are a couple of spinners for these, I believe. Yep. 3 of them. Must be another one laying around in a bag somewhere. Oh, yep, there it is. So we got the extra one there. The extra spin. Can you see it? There it is. That one there. And then the tail panel for the trunk. This goes across the back of the trunk. I don't think there's a shot of the trunk on the... No, it's not on there. I'll show you on the model kit itself. But that's always cool. Nice big, I believe it was like either cast aluminum or just pot metal, you know. But they were really cool. Really hard to find nowadays, I'm sure. Worth a fortune. Alright. Here are the bumpers and the front headlights and grille. I think it goes that way. Console for the interior, where shifter would go there. A little gauge package there. Rear view mirror, alternator, side mirror, carburetors with some flashing. Don't know what this is. Part number 22. We're going to look that one up, folks. Some dual carb air cleaners, and then the valve covers, and the stock air cleaner, which is really nice looking. And that's very reminiscent of like a 64 Impala air cleaner. Similar. I mean, not exact, but very similar. That's what it reminds me of. And next we have the clear, which is, oh, here it is. Here's the windshield. Look at it this way. There's the windshield with your sun visors and the rear window and rear glass, and then brake lights in clear red. Here's the body. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Oh, nice. Look at there. The body's molded in kind of the cover of the box art blue. Not quite Richard Petty blue, but just a pale blue. Robin's egg blue, similar. It's a light blue. We'll just leave it at that. And then the chassis is black. Pretty neat. Although I still want to paint the car because I don't really want it to be that color. I'd love to paint it like my friend's old car, but I don't know if that one's available. I'll have to look on ScaleMates. Here we got two little divots hanging off the back of that. And this is where that chrome piece goes, that aluminum panel for the back trunk. Goes across the whole thing there. The taillights, the chrome bezel comes up and over the top of the trunk, wraps around. It's a nice looking body. It's very reminiscent of like a 64, 65 Polara, that body style. I imagine it's based off the same platform, whatever that was, you know, B body, G body, whatever it was. We have a hole for a mirror, which is cool. Very nice, very heavy duty, very thick, thicker than normal, or average, I guess. But that's cool. And again, it's snap tight, so that's probably why it needs to be a little sturdier. Interior tub. This looks like the front dash pad and all that, but it's actually the rear. Front is that way. Here we have the whole wheel tubs and that all built in. The molded in. The batteries molded in. And the seats and your dash and all that stuff will mount right there. Nice. Nothing on the back. And here it says, look at that. Now this is an AMT kit, right guys? Look at there. I don't know if you can read it. It says polar lights right there. That's very interesting. So that's okay. I didn't realize that, but there it is right there, plain and simple. Alright, here's the back end. So if I go on and find out when the polar light version was released, I'll put that in a shot right now. And we'll see how that goes. If not, I apologize. Alright, here's a bag of stuff. Excuse me. This one looks like it was just thrown in there. What the heck, man? This is all twisted up. Alright, let me do the tires first here. And we'll get to that atrocity. Okay. Tires are a little on the stiffer side. Standard tread. And no branding on that side, no branding on this side. So they're just 4 basic tires. Nothing to write home about, as they used to say. But now, this mess. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's seen better days, wouldn't you think, guys? Look at that. That looks like a Johan smile right there. Yeah, this is put away when it was way too hot, apparently. So anyway, here are the seats. They look salvageable. They'll be alright. There's the seats. Here's the dashboard. Thankfully, it's not damaged, because that would have really bummed me out. And the steering wheel. Okay. Here are the wheel backings, kind of basic. Okay. Engine, which is blue, but for the life of me, I would have sworn that the 65 Coronet that I know growing up had a red engine. So I'll do some research and paint it appropriately. If it was blue, fine, that's fine, but I truly believe it was red. Here's the transmission filter and cover, pan, oil pan, water pump, and fuel injection, or I'm sorry, fuel pump, and a little ignition coil back there. I know for a fact that was black, not blue, but that's okay. And here we have a cross ram manifold, or a regular standard single manifold, dual carb. Well, I'm having trouble with words today again. Dual air cleaners for the dual carbs. And these, I believe, are the heads. Alright. This is a subframe, it looks like. Pretty neat, though. I kind of like that. This would be handy for a lot of other kits. That's pretty nice. And then on this mangled mess, we have seat backings, I think. It could be something else, though. Let's see. No, there are definitely seat backings. Okay, left and a right. And then the interior door panels, decent detail. The actual vehicle didn't have a whole lot going on the door panels, so I'll give them that one. Okay, so that's that one. And then the final bag of parts. Oh, we get 2 hoods, guys. This is cool. This is really neat. There they are. Oh, and another subframe. How cool is that? Unless this is the rear one. No, it's got to be the front. That's really neat. Alright, so we get 2 subframes, 2 hoods. Obviously, one is cut out for the offset dual carbs. And then an optional hood scoop that could go over the top of this, which is this one here, reminiscent of, oh, there it is on the box. I'll show you that. It's that hood scoop there. It reminds me of like the cutlasses and that, but theirs was much longer. And here's the firewall. Very simple, basic. And then in molded and gray parts, the full exhaust with cutouts here to do open headers. That's kind of cool. Yeah, they were thinking on this one. And here's one of the headers. And the other header. And standard exhaust manifolds. Those are really nice looking. And then the last tree, we have the radiator, the rear end suspension, springs. Here's a beautiful fan, guys. Wow. That is a 7-bladed fan, one of the nicest ones I think I've seen in a long time. A lot of detail on that, and everything is molded really nice. And here's shock absorbers. The drive shaft is attached to the rear end already. Fan shroud, some spindles for your front axles, torsion bars, a little half of K-frame there, and then engine cradle and the lower control arms and that kind of stuff there with the suspension. I'm thinking that's a radiator hose, but I don't know for sure. And that looks like a fuel pump or a oil filter or something. Part 30. I'll look that one up. I'm not sure what that is. So that's it for parts, guys. We have, oh, we got decals with this one. Alright, let's see what they are real quick. Here they are. Wedge. Beautiful dashboard decal. Some insignia, Coronet 500. I can't make out what that one says. Something 426. Very cool. A few license plates, Iowa 65, wheels, spinner decals, and some miscellaneous badges. It looks like there's a couple little decals up here, but I'm not sure where they go. Number 3, there's 2 of them. Very cool. I like that. That's nice. It's simple, but nice. It's better than just getting nothing at all, or just getting a simple license plate one, you know, which I've seen plenty of times. A lot of times it's the Corvette kits that only have that 1 or 2 decals. Okay, here we go, folks. Pick you up. Nothing on the vehicle itself. Engine motor. Do your different options. Okay. And I already forgot the number I was looking for. Okay, so we don't get an extra subframe. It's actually 2 parts. One is for the front, one is for the rear. So that explains that. I didn't know. I've never built this kit. So that's that. I'll flip it over. And this is 6 parts to build this kit, apparently. 6 sections. 56 is the mirror. Okay. 22 is the shifter. Okay. That was one of the ones I couldn't remember, and now I failed to write it down, guys. And there's not many parts on here, so 42, 10, 17. Okay. Alright, guys, I apologize. I don't. Oh, there it is. 30. 30's the master cylinder. I thought it was the fuel filter. or fuel pump, fuel filter, whatever I said. It's actually the master cylinder. I forgot it's a little single bowl thing. Yeah, that's very accurate. Well, that's all, folks. There's not a whole lot on this one. Like I said, I'm going to try and build it like my friend's old one and see how that turns out. And obviously I'm going to paint it and probably use glue to put this together. The snap kit is nice, but I'd like it to stay together and not have to worry about it. So alrighty, folks, I appreciate your time as always. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. This is Model Car Guy Rich out. Keep on modeling.